My coworker refuses to wash his hands, so I decided to shed a light on the problem. I've worked in restaurants for 6 years and seen some highly questionable hygiene. But Chris was a different breed of disgusting. This guy would walk out of the bathroom before the toilet even finished flushing. Like, you could literally still hear it still going while he's already back at his station. No soap, no water, not even a courtesy fake hand wash for appearances. I tried talking to our manager, Terry, about it. Hey, Chris isn't washing his hands after using the restroom. That's a health code violation. She barely looked up from her paperwork. Without proof, there's nothing I can do. Not even an hour later, I'm walking past the office, and I see Chris grab Terry's ass, and she giggles. She actually giggles like a schoolgirl. That's when I knew my complaints weren't going to get me anywhere. I had to have proof and show someone with more power. When Chris first started, he at least wore a clean uniform, even if it was always untucked and wrinkled. But within 2 weeks, that same shirt started developing visible stains, yellow pit marks, grease splatter that never came out, and the smell. God, the smell. It was like he discovered deodorant was optional and decided to make that his entire personality. Then things got worse, way worse. I watched this man sneeze directly into his palm, wipe it on his apron, and go right back to shaping burger patties with his bare hands. I saw him scratch his crotch, then grab a handful of shredded lettuce for someone's salad. One time he had this oozing cut on his thumb, actively bleeding, and he just wrapped a dirty towel around it and kept working the grill. No glove, no bandage, just blood and beef. The breaking point came on a Saturday night rush. I'm running food to table 12, this nice family with 2 kids. I set the plates down on the table, and I'm heading back to the kitchen when I hear it. That unmistakable sound of someone violently throwing up. I spin around, and the dad is standing there, pointing at his burger with a shaking hand. There's actual poop on my food. My stomach dropped. I looked at the plate, and sure enough, there was a brown smear on the bun that was definitely not barbecue sauce. I knew exactly who was working the grill that night. That's when I decided Chris had to go. But my word against Terry's boy toy wasn't going to cut it. I couldn't exactly film in the bathroom, so I had to think like a germaphobe. I knew the owner would be coming by this Saturday, so I spent that whole night researching, and that's when I found it. I ordered UV tracer powder online, the kind that's used for hygiene training. It's invisible in normal light, comes off completely with soap and water, but if you don't wash, it leaves traces on everything you touch until it's properly cleaned off. I coated every toilet lever in both bathrooms, then I waited. For 3 days, I let Chris do his thing. I watched him walk out of that bathroom like clockwork. No hand washing, straight to the kitchen. Every toilet flush was another layer of invisible evidence building up on his contaminated hands. Saturday came, and the owner finally showed up. I let him say his hellos before I called everyone to the kitchen. Chris was there, Terry too, plus the front of house manager and the other 5 servers and cooks. What's this about? Terry asked, already annoyed. You'll see. I nodded at our dishwasher who killed the lights. Then I turned on my UV high beam flashlight. The kitchen exploded in glowing blue and purple. There were little smudges everywhere. The fridge handle, the prep counter, the order printer. But Chris's station? His grill area looked like a Jackson Pollock painting made of bacteria. The spatula, the seasoning bottles, the plates. Everything was absolutely coated. What the hell is this? The owner whispered. Then I pointed the light at Chris himself. His hands were glowing like he'd dipped them in nuclear waste. Bright, vibrant, horrifying. His apron looked like a UV rave poster. You could see every single surface he'd touched outlined in fluorescent powder. People backed away from him like he'd just tested positive for the COVID. But the real cherry on top? I shined the light on Terry. Everyone saw the clear, glowing purple handprints right on her ass. There were smudges all over her face and neck too, exposing every intimate moment they'd had in that office. The silence was deafening. I put UV powder on the toilet handles, I said calmly. It washes off completely with soap and water. Chris hasn't washed his hands in 3 days, maybe longer. One of the servers actually gagged. Another ran outside. Chris tried to play it off. This is bullshit. This is entrapment or something. Terry's face had gone completely white. She knew she was caught too. The owner fired them immediately.